We went out and started looking for a product that we could propose to our customers that would answer that question for them. Here is the best way to understand what your building's doing and how to make sure it's running at its peak efficiency. We found the answer for us is BuildingLogiX, which is the controls that we represent now. And there's a couple key components that a product for us had to have before we were ever going to take it to a customer and say, we believe in this product. One, it couldn't lock the customer into anything. This is an open source. It's on the Niagara framework. So if the customer isn't happy with us, they can say, go home, and they can call somebody else in to work on their controls. We didn't want to sink our teeth into a customer and say, okay, now we got them. It'll cost them, gobs and gobs of money to get a new control system. We didn't want to do that. That's part of us being fair with the customer. We didn't want to do that. The next thing that it had to do was it really had to not simply control the building, which there's a number of good systems that can do that. It has to monitor the building. And that's what BuildingLogiX is really great at. The EnergyLogiX component of it, it tracks, they can tell you the exact number, but it's something like it'll track 10 years of data of your energy consumption, water consumption, natural gas consumption. It's really impressive. Then you can take that data, look at it, look for trends, and say, what's happening here? One of the neat stories when we went to meet with the BuildingLogiX folks and they were demoing it for us, there was a new salesman for them, and he was in the room with the owner of the company, and they pull up their building live and they're looking at it, and the owner's looking at it and he says, something looks wrong. This is telling me that we're going to use 30% more energy today, electricity today, than we should, because it'll show you where your building should be based off the weather. And you could see the sales guy's real nervous because he's like, oh no, don't point out that it's not working. And so the owner grabs the mouse and he starts clicking in and going on, and we were meeting in the winter, and he's got a chiller running wide open. He's, why is that running? Everybody kind of looks at each other, and he called some people in the building, their facilities people, and said, well, why is, I don't know. They shut it down right from there, and you could see their anticipated energy consumption for the day drop right there on the screen. And while that was an accident, it proved to us to be the best demonstration of what that system's for. And that sales guy was nervous, but it really showed the power of the system. And that's where I think controls really comes in for Dunbar Mechanical. There's a lot of controls companies out there, and there's a lot of people that'll put on controls that you can operate your building from. Where we really try to strive to be different is we want our controls to not just control the building, but to help the customer understand and learn what their facility is doing, and then control it from there, and really have a knowledge and understanding that will allow them to bring their building up to peak efficiency. That's where our controls really come in to our company.